What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my co-host, Mr. Michael Lee Musick.
What's up, Circus Freaks?
And yeah.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're going to jump right into it today. We got a lot on the itinerary.
So much.
Obviously, we got to break into
Number one.
the sponsor.
We got to start out with our sponsors. First and foremost, Cerberus Strength.
Cerberus Strength USA.
That's right. So, first and foremost, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about their resistance bands.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like those.
In case you're trying to do a little bit of conjugate training, you know, getting that different tightness on the different types of lifts.
Oh my gosh. Keep going.
Oh my God. All right. No, so if you guys want to use bands to put a little more weight at the top of, say, a deadlift, or, you know, pull some weight out of the bottom of a squat and hang them on a rack.
Absolutely.
These are the best way of doing it. So
I do agree. I mean, like a deadlift, you say, for instance, or something, if it's a weight that you can pick up off the floor, but then you want to have more resistance or a heavier load at the top, then you're just working through that. Or like the massive part I use is for like the hitching point where you kind of get broken through the knees. So it's a weight, you know, that you can at least break to the knee. And then with that resistance, depending what you get on the bands, you could be adding 50, 80, 100 pounds of load. So you may have 500 on the floor, but you got 600 up top. And you're just kind of slowly pulling it through that breaking point. So, and no different than an overhead press or squat or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's huge. These are definitely enough people don't give these respect, because, and it also, I feel, on overheads especially, or squats or deadlifts, really, it's making you push all the way through, right?
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
you know how you get to a certain point and you kind of just let off, because that's usually the easiest part of the lift is when you get up top.
Yeah, I mean, deadlifts are the biggest thing. A lot of people struggle with getting that last 4 inches of lockout.
Absolutely.
Here's a good way to get over that.
Huge.
You load up weight that is easy out of the hole, hard up top.
Yep.
This gets it even harder up top, so that way where
Absolutely.
you drop back down to a regular weight that you know that you can do.
Yep.
The lockout becomes that much easier.
Right, and you're just, it's adapting the body to just continuously pull or continuously push. Like, you know, I always feel like with push press or something like that, once you get it to a certain area, you kind of just let the body do the rest of it. Well, with these bands, it's like, guess what, bitch? It's heavier up top, so you got to keep pressing all the way through. And that's usually where you're losing a lift, is right at the very end. It catches you, or a deadlift. It's the hardest off the floor. You get it to the knee, and you think once you get past the knee, like, no big deal, I'll just stand up with it. It's like, no, keep fucking pulling, dude.
Yep.
And so these things, if you incorporate them and do a nice little training block with them, then take them off and then go to your loads and watch. It's a world of difference. So,
and the nice thing is that they come in different pound weight resistance.
Yep.
So you got everything from these super thin 2 to 15 pound resistance all the way up to these thick boys,
look at
80
those.
to 200.
200 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
so you can get real freaking naughty with these things if you want to.
Freaking naughty. Yeah, I mean, for real though, these things are huge. I would definitely recommend the lighter ones, kind of more for like a warm up, getting those shoulders and everything warmed up, your back, and then what you feel comfortable with. I mean, you got 70 to 175, 120, whatever you feel. I mean, hell, why don't you just get one of all and use that code B4WAR? Okay, just do that.
And the cool thing is if you buy the 64 mils, you are officially ready for layaway.
You are.
You are, because it's 36, and you got to have at least 35.
Oh my God, look at that, boys. We always talk about this fucking layaway.
Layaway.
Dude, layaway saves your life. Remember Kmart? They introduced the layaway plan.
Kmart was the king of layaway.
Dude, king of layaway. That's when I learned about layaway, was Kmart.
Oh, shit.
But no, for real, guys, check out these resistance bands. If you guys aren't using them, you should. And it definitely is gonna switch up your training too.
Yeah.
And, you know, the biggest thing about training is it's not always the same shit. It keeps you interested, keeps you motivated and everything else, and it gets your gains up. So.
Well, and you know, like we always say, the body adapts.
Absolutely.
This is a good way to really throw your body for a loop.
Literally, you could be doing the same movement patterns, but something like this is going to just change your body in a different way in the muscle tissues and everything. So, absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
So, guys, check these out. And if you guys want to save 10%, use our code B4WOW.
B4WOW.
That's right. Next.
For now, we obviously, you guys know our second sponsor.
Second sponsor.
But if you guys are looking at the video,
which you should be,
you will notice that, and plus, there's been a few laughs in here, like that one. That's not Mike getting super excited. We've got Melanie Lovato.
We've
in the
got
house.
Melanie Lovato. We
Hi, guys.
have premier TRT and Med Spa here in the house.
In the house.
Right here.
In
Boom.
the house.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good.
Good. Thank you for
Can you
coming.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah,
Here,
absolutely.
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
you.
No, thank you for coming out. It was
Yeah.
kind of short notice, but we've got some heavy pressing issues to talk
We
about.
do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This goes for anybody who, you know, like we say, is self-improvement. People
Absolutely.
who are
Yep.
keeping a constant eye on their body. This affects everybody in that, you know, sense more or less.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to break it down a little for us?
Yeah. So the big thing now is DEA is trying to come in and change some things, not just for TRT clinics in general, but anybody that's getting testosterone supplements online. The DEA is going to crack down pretty hard, you know, without having an in-person visit with an actual physician. They're going to make it almost impossible to obtain these medications.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and I was talking to Mike. It's been kind of going on since the beginning of COVID with HCG. They reclassified that drug, and now it's a lot harder to obtain. And they're trying to bring it back, but it's still kind of a lengthy process. They're
Right.
trying to reclassify it between the DEA, Big Pharma, and FDA.
Oh.
Which is a huge problem because if I'm not mistaken, HCG occurs naturally in the body, correct?
Well, it's going to help continue stimulating your natural testosterone production.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, that's the main purpose. It's multi-use. When I worked in a fertility clinic, we used it for our infertility patients.
Okay,
For
okay.
testosterone, the main purpose is, you know, still keeping that natural test functioning, keeping testicular atrophy at bay.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
want that. And then just really keeping you balanced between your doses.
Okay.
But the same thing is, I believe, happening with Clomid, because Clomid all of the sudden is off the market and a lot harder to get as well. So I think that's what's going on, but nobody's saying anything.
So what you're saying is hold on to the stash that I got.
Exactly.
If you're holding, hold it tight.
Hold it.
Real tight. Yeah,
Damn.
I just got an email from one of my pharmacies that, you know, had some stock that I was able to still kind of get from
Yeah.
at a much higher price, of course, but they're on back order right now as well.
Man,
So
that's tough.
there's
too.
a lot changing in the TRT world. So it affects not just, like I said, clinics like myself,
Yeah.
but anybody who's getting, you know, stuff online,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's just a tough situation because these are the different types of, you know, compounds and everything that men need with the hormones that are being, you know, dumped into the water, basically.
Literally.
With the hormones
foods.
that are
And the
put in
foods,
processed
yeah.
foods. Like
Yeah.
all of these hormones are affecting our bodies.
Yep.
Like we always say, if you guys go get your blood work done, you would know exactly what is going on in your body. But
Yep.
these are the compounds that will get our body back to a normal state of functioning.
Yeah.
I know HCG and Clomid more or less go hand in hand when it comes to turning
Exactly.
that factory back on.
Yeah, it's the difference is injection versus oral.
Oral.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, with injection, you're going to absorb that 100% as opposed to maybe 60-70%
Yeah.
taking it orally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference.
Yeah, it's crazy how much you lose when it's got to process through your liver and your kidneys.
Yeah. And your digestive tract.
I was gonna
So there's
say,
3
yeah,
routes: digestive
right.
tract, kidneys, and liver.
Instead of going straight through.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a big one, everybody. I know a lot of you guys that listen to us are on testosterone, whether it be the naughty way or HRT or TRT.
Yeah, for real.
But this is going to affect. This is just the step to affect the rest of the market,
Absolutely.
whether it be clinical or black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, that's just basically what it's going to come
That's
down
what it
to.
comes down to.
This is the first step into taking away your rights as a human being, more or less.
100%. 100%.
Exactly. And, you know, like I was discussing earlier, I know it's an act for, you know, a kid that overdosed obtaining hardcore narcotic drugs online. So I understand that. I'm a huge advocate for that, you know, preventing our youth from getting these hardcore drugs, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
testosterone, like I was telling Mike,
Yeah.
nobody's overdosed on testosterone. So, this is something that our bodies is already producing naturally. We're just replenishing, our levels
Yeah.
to where we're, our
A
sex
functioning
drive,
human
our
being.
energy,
just a normal human
yeah,
being.
literally getting out
Literally.
of bed in the morning.
You literally
Yeah.
just be able to
and
go do-
not getting up and being tired within an hour of waking. So,
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many guys I've talked to here in the last, I'd say a few months
Yep.
that I've been like, when's the last time you went and got your blood work done? When's the last time you checked on your testosterone? My dad has never checked on his testosterone.
Mine hadn't either.
And I told him, I was like, there is a lot of gain that you can get out of this. I
Oh my
was like,
gosh.
you're well into your 50s.
Yep.
Not well in, I shouldn't say that. He's not that old.
Listen, yeah.
But I mean, he's into his 50s.
Absolutely.
He's had nicotine his entire life, which drops testosterone.
Definitely.
Drinks alcohol, also
that's
lowers
another
your
one.
testosterone.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So all of these key factors are going in. And I'm like, there's a reason why you're probably really tired most of the time.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
go in, get checked, but I mean, this is a huge problem with the DEA proposing regulations on telemedicine. So I guess, can you tell everybody what telemedicine is, more or less?
So, since COVID, telemedicine was a big thing. For us in the TRT and my clinic, I have a medical director and a nurse practitioner. And it used to be, or how it is now, is if we're doing telemedicine, which is either a video kind of like Zoom, but it's HIPAA compliant, of course, or a phone call was sufficing. And as long as they were in the clinic within, 30 days of being prescribed their testosterone, since it's a controlled substance, now that's what they're trying to get away with. Telemedicine doesn't count anymore. So you actually have to come in person, and they're trying to regulate it to where it's a 30-day supply. You can get it for 30 days, but you have to absolutely have that in-person physical exam with a physician to have more than that 30-day supply.
Yeah.
So it affects definitely like out-of-state patients, that are purchasing 3 months at a time.
Yeah, right.
Just it makes sense with shipping and
Absolutely.
convenience. Like you said, we all have lives. We work
Yeah,
for one.
seriously.
We can't just, leave for these in-person consultations.
Right. I mean, it's
So-
hard enough. I know a lot of blue collar guys, a lot of guys in the oil field,
Yep.
they're working 80-hour weeks.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've got a couple oil field workers, and it's tough.
Yeah.
Even, managing the blood work.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
come in to do that.
Yeah.
But no, let me take off another day. That doesn't fucking work. I'm
No,
on a
it doesn't
hitch.
work, yeah.
And I'm out in fucking God knows where.
Yeah.
And everything else.
I mean, if I would have had to have gone through this when I was
Oh,
in the oil
dude.
field,
Oh yeah.
there ain't no fucking way.
there's no way.
No, there's no fucking way.
I mean,
No,
I
I
was
see it.
working 80-hour weeks in Pennsylvania.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Like,
Yep.
I was
Sometimes
working
even more.
Yeah.
It's-
Easily.
it's
100-hour
crazy.
weeks, yeah, all the way
Absolutely.
up to 100-hour weeks.
I was getting
more or
ready to
less.
say, yeah, someone calls
And
out.
I
Yeah.
was always out of town, more or less. Like, I hardly ever worked in Colorado.
Yep. And it makes it hard to travel with your refrigerated medications
right.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it a struggle.
Absolutely. Just
Yeah.
to get something prescribed to just make sure that you're feeling okay to do your everyday fucking things.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
and I don't know. Me personally, this is tinfoil hat talk, but I feel
I love
like
tinfoil hats. Keep going.
I feel like the government is doing absolutely everything in their fucking power to
Dude.
try and pull the masculinity
Yeah.
out of the United States.
Well, exactly, and to do
I agree.
anything for yourselves,
Just like
right? I mean, to anything to
it's out. Can you hear me now? Nothing.
This side I can. Not this side.
It might be this up under here. On the other side.
Oh.
That's
Nice.
better. Okay, yep.
We're good.
It's sad that like you go out of your way to check on you because people are doing this on their own, right?
Yeah.
They go and they
Yeah.
go out of their way, they pay the money, they go see these people to help better themselves instead of fucking listening to everybody and just pill happy. Just there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
They see this, they're trying to better themselves because of the what is to be today. Like
Yeah.
everything's raising so much, so you must put in more hours, you must pay more money to do so forth. People are trying to just sustain and do these things and plus have some kind of go to the gym, feel better, all these things, and they doing this, and now all of a sudden, like, so you're kind of like taking it on to yourself and trying to be better for yourself, but no. Let's not do that anymore. Let's cut your fucking shit straight, like real quick. And now they want to put a hold on it, and
because I mean, the more that you start to wake up and realize that everything that you were taught is more or less a lie,
I mean,
then you'll realize that you're getting taxed 70%.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll realize that they're doing all of this toxic masculinity definition to make it not cool to be bearded and to go work your ass off for a family. Like the traditional way. It's funny because I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about it. Like, women get asked now, what do you do for work? 50 years ago, they would not have been asked that.
No, absolutely
because
not.
it was traditional for the woman to stay home and serve the family as the man went out, made the money. We can't do that anymore because inflation has gone so high that even the man and the woman working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, it's living paycheck to paycheck.
Literally.
And then you add kids in it.
Kids,
and,
dogs.
Dogs.
3 dogs.
Chickens, horses. It's fucking expensive.
Because you can't afford it. Because you get the chickens because you can't afford the fucking eggs. Because, of course, the eggs are gone. You know what I mean?
There's a problem.
There's a problem. But, you're doing all these things just to maintain, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Not even obtain a goal. Like, that's also a better thing, but...
And not, like Austin said in the last podcast, not to like extend life, but by any means, but all. Just to live happy and healthy for
100%.
Your last few years, whatever it might be,
Yeah.
But it's sad how things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everything that works for us, they're trying to
get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is. Any kind of self-sufficiency is getting banned completely. I mean, you can't even you can't even be self-sufficient. I can't remember what I was watching. Actually, it was this morning on Facebook. I don't know who he was, but he has like 700 and something thousand. Like, he's been self-sufficient completely, and he's teaching that on his Facebook and his Instagram. How to plant your own food, how to have all these things without pesticides, without any of these GMOs and any of this shit. And he constantly is getting banned and thrown off. So he's in a petition, just like as we are right now, in a petition to try to get people to stay and keep his channel up.
Yeah.
To help people be self-sufficient and natural food.
What is that on? Is it on Instagram?
I think I was watching on Instagram this morning. I wish I would have fucking tagged it, but it was just like, dude,
we need to have a tinfoil talk day because
I'll wear that motherfucker all day.
Because the sad part is that they're really harping on TikTok right now, but for censoring and for it being an out of country network, or not network, but program and all of that. But they don't realize. They do realize, but like Instagram, Meta, that whole thing is more or less ran by the government.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
That's why they get away with doing the shit that
obvious.
they do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because TikTok is very easy to grow a platform because they don't have censoring algorithms. Instagram does. That's why like some of my videos get 20, 30, 40,000 views.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Others only get 4.
Yeah. You're like,
what are you talking about? No.
Like, how is it that my 1,700 followers aren't even seeing my shit?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to bring up the whole shadow ban because I don't have near enough followers to claim shadow ban. But it's just irritating.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. But they're just, there is a place on the DEA website that anybody and everybody can leave a comment. I've seen some tremendous transformations within my clinic with specifically vet patients that come to me, depressed, suicidal, overweight, and just the change in their lives because the VA, their requirements we were discussing, I think you said 250?
I think it's 250, yeah.
Yeah, general practice is typically 3 morning tests that have to equal about or average 275.
Okay.
So if you're not less than that, you don't qualify.
Absolutely.
And if you do general practice, they're giving you, most commonly I see 100 milligrams every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
test is well out of your body by, I mean, some of you guys probably burn through it in 2-3 days.
Absolutely.
I definitely do.
Yeah.
I'm extremely thermo.
Yeah.
Like, I sweat constantly.
time.
Yeah. So your body's just metabolizing it quick. So you're burning off through it. So you've got to, stay. What's 100 milligrams every 2 weeks going to do for you? So it's a big
Right.
difference on how we prescribe versus general practice.
Absolutely.
The requirements are a lot different, and they typically don't prescribe the Clomid, the HCG, the Kisspeptin. Sometimes estrogen blockers are prescribed, but not typically.
Most of the time, yeah.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's just the testosterone. So,
Okay.
but yeah, just the change. If more people would, get their levels checked for one.
Yep. Yep.
Just to know, am I low? Is my estrogen? You'd be surprised how many males come through with elevated estrogen.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to think it's been proven through different research that as females take hormones to stop from getting pregnant,
Yep.
as soon as they urinate, it goes into the toilet. That water goes to a water treatment plant. You cannot take hormones out of liquid. You cannot.
I had that discussion with Emma and Dr. Gordon. Why? Because when I first started in the TRT world about 6 years ago, the common age range was 35 and older.
Yeah. Right.
Within the last year or two, I've been seeing 20 and 21-year-olds with a 200 level of testosterone.
That's fucking insane.
So that's what I was asking Emma and, Dr. Gordon, why is this happening? Water treatment plants,
Yep.
the shit they put in our food,
Absolutely.
the genetics, that can play a role also, but
Right.
there's so many different things that can contribute, but mostly the shit we're putting in our bodies.
Yeah.
100%.
And I mean, it all
Yeah.
comes down to basically, like you were saying, go get checked because you don't know. Like when I came off and when I came in to go get my blood work done,
Yeah.
and you called me like 2 days afterwards, you're like, how are you a functioning human? Because I didn't have
True story.
any hormones in my body. I didn't have test. I didn't have estrogen. I didn't have literally anything
How
in
are
there.
you alive?
She was like, I was like, I feel great and I'm still getting stronger. But I was only off of test for maybe 2 weeks at that point, and
Yeah.
it had tanked that much to
Wow.
where if I didn't stay on it,
Yeah.
like because I did have to start taking HCG to get everything pumped
Yeah.
back up.
to
Yeah.
normal, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course that worked into the whole fertility and everything to
Right,
get
right.
my wife pregnant.
Absolutely.
And as soon as she got pregnant, I came back on. I noticed a difference right away within the first week.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because like I said, you're burning through your test way faster than the average person with, for one, strongman, how heavy you're lifting, the amount of calories, everything. You have physical work as well, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're probably that person that's burning maybe 72 hours.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
dosing. And so you're having to.
I wouldn't
So
doubt it.
you
'Cause-
came down hard in those first 2 weeks.
Oh boy, did I. Yeah, and I guess I didn't realize I was getting worse until I started back on TRT, and then I was like,
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
oh, this is what it feels
Here's
like to
this
be
guy.
a kid again. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little moody there, babe.
Yeah, it does. It happens fast.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys, here's a few of the different. It's crazy. Like we have everything brought up here on the screen. I'm sure you guys can see on the camera there. Yeah, it's just like, it's crazy to me that simple
So,
rules are being put in.
It even talks about if you've been like who referred you, basically. So you can't necessarily, they're trying to prohibit if, like, for example, one of my patients from New Mexico gets the physical exam by their physician out there. Is it going to suffice as an in-person visit?
Right.
They're trying to regulate that as well. Yeah.
That's-
Even though they're connected to you. So like.
Well, not necessarily. They'd be a referring physician.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
it'd be like me going to the Rocky Mountains
Right,
Men
right,
Clinic
right.
and getting them saying everything's okay.
Right. And then referring.
They're two different clinics.
Exactly.
Because
So
they're
that don't
not
work anymore?
No, because they're not networked together.
Oh, my
Basically, and that's kind of what it breaks down in that
God. Okay.
that
okay.
session. So
Yeah, because her practice is different than somebody else's practice
Okay.
or clinic or something
Okay.
like that. Now, if it was all linked together, like say SEL Health or Centra or
right.
whatever
Something
it may
like that.
be,
Yeah,
that
UC
might be
Health,
different.
Like here.
Yeah,
whatever.
but then you're getting back into the big pharma.
Right.
And the other thing is they are now wanting to require each physician that's going to perform these examinations to have a DEA license in order to prescribe
Get fucked.
Yeah, so you can't just go to your, even general practitioner, and
No.
if you qualify,
Yeah.
it's all going to be regulated.
Yeah.
Let me see your badge. Nope, you don't have a badge.
Yeah, you
Get
have
out.
to have that DEA license. So if because a lot of nurse practitioners, physicians assistants work under these doctors, and
Yeah.
they're the ones that hold the DEA license.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
all these providers are going to have to
Now
obtain
each
DEA
person's
licenses.
going to have one.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So just constantly putting more and more restraints to just make it more and more of a pain in the ass to where people are just like, nah, fuck it.
Basically.
Like, whatever, I'm just going to stay at home.
But like Austin and I were talking about the Joe, what's his name? Chris Bell.
Chris
Yeah,
Bell, yeah.
Chris Bell and Joe Rogan. I'm sure he's talked about it
Oh,
at this point.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, he brought it up because he listened to Chris Bell's podcast.
Okay.
And that's when he was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, they're pushing it pretty hard. So, I've commented. I know you're going to share the link just
Absolutely.
for anybody that knows anybody on testosterone. It might affect you,
Yeah.
especially with whether, like you said, black or clinics.
Yeah.
It's,
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a matter of time because this is just one step. They've already taken more or less the first couple of crawls. Now
Yep.
they're getting into steps to
Yep.
where they're going to
Yep.
be able to run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as soon as they
Basically.
pull all of that, it's unfortunate, but clinics
Yeah.
like yours, where it's helped and healed and changed lives of hundreds of thousands of
Saved
people,
lives.
Yeah, literally.
all of that is going to be for nothing because once everything gets pulled, it'll be turned into more or less big pharma. And at
Yeah.
that point, the regulations are going to be so set
So
that
fucked.
you have to come in
Yep.
on a weekly basis
To
to
get
get your
injected.
injection
Yeah.
Yep.
instead of
I-
being able to do it yourself in the
I don't
confines of
know,
your home.
because like there's a couple clinics like Low T, for example, they were pretty strict. I know that they're doing a lot telemedicine now because I've had quite a few people transfer just because it's not that in-person, personable.
Yeah.
Hey Mike, how's it
Yeah,
going this
yeah,
week?
right,
Checking
right.
in with your patients where you know them on that personal level to follow their treatment, and you can help them better. Now my understanding is it's changed to all telemed, so it's definitely going to affect them. But they
fuck.
used to be regulated where you had to come in weekly to get your injections.
Holy shit.
So, for my clinic, I have to purchase certain, 503A and B compounding pharmacies in order for my patients to take it from the clinic to self-administer.
Really?
Otherwise, yes, you would, if I'm purchasing compounding pharmacy tests, then you have to come in on a weekly basis.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
Nobody does.
No.
No, literally no. I mean, I have a couple patients that have needle phobia that come in for injections, but it's very rare.
Right,
Nobody
right.
has time to come and get pinned 2, 3, 4 times a
I
week.
was just getting ready to
No.
say, and then
Yeah.
and then that probably changes for something like you were talking about, guys that burn it maybe like every 2-3 days.
Yeah.
So then
And
instead
if-
of like once every 8 days, it's like I'll see you. What's today? Monday. I'll see you on Wednesday. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Friday. I'll
Well,
see you on fucking Saturday.
Yeah, if you're on an anthate, you're already, pinning
Quick,
even more.
Yeah,
So,
quickly
yeah.
run through the body. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy,
Okay.
but everybody's voice can be heard.
That's
so
right.
go to that link, guys, that Austin's gonna put up. And if TRT, testosterone, anything, if it's helped you, please, sign that DEA petition. Your voice will be heard. I think right now they've got over 19,000
Okay.
comments.
Nice.
So.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so
So we've got till March 31st. Not sure how it's going to change the game, but we'll just
Yeah.
kind of write it out, and
Absolutely.
hopefully we'll get enough comments to the DEA to turn this bitch around.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it says
Fuck
here
yeah.
comments are due by 3:31 to 2023 at more or less midnight
Okay.
Eastern. So
so yeah.
So that's what time? Our time?
that's
10?
no 2.
2. Oh, because they're
They're farther
yeah,
behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Eastern.
2 hours behind?
No, they're 2 hours ahead.
2 hours ahead.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
hours.
So if you guys live here in the mountains, then that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Or 9:59 on the
Right,
time.
9:59, guys.
Yeah.
In fact, if you guys are watching this, why don't you just go ahead, hit the link, and just do your comments right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Seriously,
do it.
like, this is no
And
big deal.
There's not like a limit either. I've
Right.
done a couple, like I said, for my husband, my my son. There's
Right.
not a limit. The more we
Okay.
get, the better.
Absolutely. You guys hear that? Make up names.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And the thing is I know, I'm sorry, it's Mark Bell.
Mark Bell.
Mark Bell.
I was gonna say when you guys said it, Rick, but I was like, who's
I was
that?
saying
I was
Chris
like,
Bell.
I was like, yeah, you guys said
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Bell. I was like, who's he? I was like, I know Mark
Yeah,
Bell.
Mark
Mark.
Bell,
Okay.
the owner of
Yeah.
Slingshot.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Bell. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Like he was saying, when he went over all of this, is don't leave shitty comments.
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
Don't
right.
be like, if you guys fucking
Yeah.
limit this, I'm
Yeah.
gonna burn down your
Yeah,
fucking
absolutely
building.
not.
Yeah,
Don't say
no,
that.
no,
Like
it's the DEA. We just, like I said, if it's changed your life, just let them know how it's changed your life.
Absolutely.
And, for your dad, like my dad, I've seen both of my parents are on testosterone replacement. I hope they don't mind me saying that, but
I mean, it's just,
it's been a game changer,
Yeah,
and they're
it really
in their
is.
60s, they're mid 60s, and I mean, my dad's still going to the mountain for firewood. He's a lineman, he's still doing the grind,
hell yeah.
and I believe if he wouldn't have started, he would probably be sitting on the couch.
Absolutely.
like
Right.
Yeah.
80% of Americans are.
Waiting
Yeah.
for that check and
Yeah.
fucking sitting on their thing, drinking
Yeah.
themselves to death and fucking pissed off and
Yeah.
depressed and everything. I don't know what's wrong with me. So they just,
But
fuck
there's so
that.
much stigma with testosterone replacement too.
Yeah.
Everybody just thinks,
Oh, yeah.
steroids,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna
Roid rage and they're
yeah.
freaking out. Yeah, God.
No, like
No.
most of you strongmen know what you're doing, how
Absolutely.
to, there's cycles, you're getting your labs checked
Yeah.
frequently,
Yeah.
there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Absolutely. Just like anything.
That's what it always breaks down to. But to kind of circle back.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. I tried for that one.
That was good.
But to kind of circle back, like with how hard we push this, getting your blood work
Literally.
done, getting on top of your just hormone balance, because
Yeah.
our hormones are more or less what runs and functions our body.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This is the step
Definitely.
that they're trying to take to where it's even harder for you to do that. Right
Absolutely.
now, it's very easy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It's
Right.
so easy. For you to
Yes.
not do it is
yeah,
a fucking joke.
yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I need everybody, if you guys are listening to this, go down into the bio below.
Absolutely.
Click on this. If you guys on Spotify aren't seeing that, go to the YouTube page. It'll be episode 33. Go into the bio there. There will be the whole list of where to go, and you guys will be able to comment on all of this. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes you right to the DEA registry with the what's going on with the whole act that they're trying to pass.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as
And-
Melanie said, like, leave it like a real life like testimony of how it's helping you. Don't be a
Yes.
dick. Don't anything like that. Like, just tell about what it's actually doing for your body and actually how it's helping you.
you
So-
guys can troll on our comments. Don't troll on these comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk all your shit over here all you want. I don't care. I love that shit. But be for real. Be professional. Leave a testimony. Tell it like the truth of how it's helping you. And so you guys can save a lot of people. If you don't want to see him be fucking Aubrey and me as Michelle, you better get to work right now.
Now. Because you don't want to see me as Aubrey.
Dude.
It's fucking not good.
I don't want to meet Aubrey.
No. She is a bitch. That's funny.
So,
Well, since we got you here, we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Sorry. You fucking new here?
I don't even know
It's
who
your
that
first
is.
day, Mike.
No, it's the DEA. They're calling right now.
They're like, we tapped into your phone. We're
Are you
listening
logged
to everything.
to Meta?
Yeah.
They're listening to us.
They got us on fucking tap immediately.
Absolutely.
Right.
Some random ass number too. I've never heard it, never seen it. So.
Since we got you here, though, I would like to kind of talk to you about a few of your services
Absolutely.
that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot away.
So, obviously, we talk a lot about the testosterone replacement therapy. we talked about male enhancement.
Yep.
Because that's another thing that,
ED is a real thing.
It is. It's a thing, and it happens even in females. It's a thing.
Absolutely. I
So,
see that.
well, not ED. Hello, but
Well, right,
like libido,
but
low libido,
sex drive, all that.
Yeah.
and it's funny too how many women go in with low T and they're like, oh, I don't want testosterone, I don't want to be a man.
Well, because of all the stigma, like I was,
right.
you
I
know.
think they're gonna need a big old fucking chin and jack traps immediately.
And a knuckle down there.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it can happen if you're, misusing, overdosing.
Seen it.
Clitoromegaly is,
I've seen
it is
it.
a thing.
I looked in the mirror. I'm kidding.
It can't be reversed. It can't be reversed. It's got to be surgically fixed,
Mike,
so
you're still my best friend. I'm sorry.
you're still my best friend.
Oh
man.
But the one thing I did want to talk to you about, I don't know how to pronounce this. How do you pronounce that?
Phentermine.
Okay, what is that?
So phentermine is not my favorite drug. It's a appetite suppressant, and it's going to boost your metabolism, but it's meant to be used very short term. It does have an effect on the pituitary, hypothalamus, your liver, your kidneys. It's a hardcore controlled substance. So we typically use it for morbidly obese people to give them that jump start to get that quick, mostly water weight, just kind of get their metabolism boosted up so that they can be more active.
Okay.
So it's, I do have a lot of truck drivers that like this stuff. It's,
they're not burning a lot of calories. They're sitting around a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Suppresses their appetite, keeps them awake when they're driving. So it is good short term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was like, appetite suppression and weight loss aid. It's like, yeah, I'm sure it's a weight loss aid if you're not eating.
If you're not eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, and the main purpose of that is for people that are overeating, make those portions smaller.
Okay, kind of shrink the stomach
You
a little
still,
bit.
Yeah, that's the struggle with phentermine is it's abused because it's very habit forming, but it's suppressing the shit out of your appetite, so you're not hungry and you don't think about it until you get a headache. You're getting hangry. So it's kind of a tricky drug.
Okay.
It's like doing heroin. It's okay for a few times.
Dude, a couple times, and then when I've gone 2 weeks, like, it's a little bit much.
It's a little too much. Yeah, and I mean, when I dispense it, there's definitely qualifications. Not just anybody can get on it.
Right.
You've got to get a blood test for one. You're required to get either on a diet or nutrition or exercise plan.
Okay.
And you have to meet with the provider.
Okay.
Get the blood work done. So there's qualifications.
So there's prerequisites of
BMI of over 28 or 30, I believe.
Shit, I'm pretty sure that's just you and I.
Absolutely.
I can't remember what the scale is, but I think ever since I got out of the oil field, I have been technically obese.
Oh, dude.
Well, the amount of muscle mass you have.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, it used to be fat, but now that I am, 6'1" and 230, I'm pretty sure they like to see 6'1" people walking around like 175.
I fucking hate that scale. They look at like how tall you are and how fat you or how heavy you should be.
Yeah.
It's like I should be like 160 pounds. It's like, god damn, I'm obese.
Yeah. So that's where the percentage of body fat factors in your body fat mass.
Oh, okay.
So with the in-body, that's a lot of people like, oh, holy shit, my BMI is 35, but you've got all this muscle mass because the BMI is just a height and weight calculation.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, phentermine is, short term, not for everyone.
Okay.
It makes
that's supposed to just more like kind of get you going on the right path, right? And not something that you take constantly.
No, definitely not, because there's no fat burning aspect to it. It's basically suppressing your appetite to make your portion smaller and boosting your metabolism.
Okay.
And you basically feel like a crackhead. Like, honestly, you do. You've just, if you're caffeine sensitive, that's probably not for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense because I'm sure it works great for people who
need it,
are obese, that are on that brink of, having heart attacks because of the visceral fat, of the plaque buildup and everything.
And I've seen great transformations. People lose on the protocol for 3 months on average 18 to 30 pounds.
Wow.
That is fantastic.
Okay.
But rebound weight is also a
Very
thing.
real thing. Very
Just
real
with
thing.
anything, the whole purpose of these therapies is to adapt to a new lifestyle,
Yeah.
new
100%.
eating
Right,
habits.
Right.
Well,
right.
and that's why I always tell people, like, keto is a great diet if you want to lose everything, but it is not sustainable.
No,
No,
absolutely not.
absolutely
It is
not.
not.
Absolutely
Something
not.
short term, quick
Yeah,
fix, wedding,
absolutely.
vacation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
as soon as you start eating carbs,
Soon as you
your
do, you're
body
fucked.
turns that straight into sugar, which turns it into fat,
Dude,
and then all of a sudden
immediately.
you take
Boom.
all that fucking weight right back on.
Absolutely.
And with a vengeance.
Yeah.
So hard. Yeah.
Yeah, because your
Yeah,
body
it
goes, what is this? I should probably fucking hold on to this. I
Yeah.
don't know when
Yep.
I'm going to get it
Yeah,
again.
absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, that's why I also like telling people when they're like, I don't eat that much. How am I fat? It's like, well, because when you do eat, you eat like shit, and your body goes,
Absolutely.
well, we're starving. We don't know
Yeah.
when we're going to eat again, so we might as well hold
Hold
on
on to this.
everything.
Yeah, but they don't
Exactly.
realize that your body's still eating. It's just eating all your muscle. It's eating all your fucking good stuff.
It's
and
depleting,
everything. It's
yeah.
just taking
Yeah.
everything away from you. So when you go do your steps all day,
Yeah.
it's like it's just you're not even recovering because it's just burning all that shit off that
Yeah.
you're fucking trying to do. So,
Yeah.
That is the hardest concept for me to get people to grasp in the clinic,
Yeah.
specifically with females.
Oh my god.
Well, I ate a salad for
Yeah.
lunch and a protein cookie for dinner. Well, you're not fueling your body.
None.
And I did an hour and a half on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like I always tell people, like, intermediate fasting is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you there.
Like, I can't fucking stand it when
No.
they're like, intermediate
Oh, yeah.
fasting,
Yeah.
it got me healthy. It's like,
Yeah.
actually it did the opposite of you.
Yeah.
If you look at your metabolism now, it is
Yeah.
fucked.
It
Yeah.
could jack with your hormones too.
100%.
It
100%.
completely can. So
Yeah.
I always
don't
and
agree with that.
it's funny because when I talk to people about nutrition, I always talk about catabolic and anabolic.
Yes.
Well, anabolic has such a stigmatism behind it
Oh,
because
yeah.
everybody talks
totally,
about
totally.
anabolic steroids.
Yes.
They don't realize that that is just the type of compound.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
anabolic is a verb.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
it is.
Shit's running.
Yes.
It's working.
It's working. Yeah, you are in an anabolic state. You are burning
Yeah.
fat and using
Yes.
it as fuel.
Yes.
People just aren't educated about it.
No,
Yeah.
not
I
at
guess
all.
is what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
also why we have this podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of good information on here, really.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah.
I don't always feel like we give out
Not
good
at all.
information.
No, you guys do. You do.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, man, do we air that one? Because that was
Do you have any idea what the fuck you're talking about? Because I just kind of went with it.
He's like, yeah, I agree with you.
I did it good.
No, you guys know what you're talking about.
How did the lipotropics?
Yeah, lipotropics.
So lipotropics are typically a blend of fat-burning aminos. Some of them there's a lot of different blends.
Okay.
The three key ingredients of lipotropics is methionine, inositol, and choline. So they each have a specific job that's going to target that stored fat
Okay.
so that your body will metabolize it and you're going to, get rid of it either through sweat or urine,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So it focuses on that stored fat that we're trying to target. So there's, so many different blends that have L-carnitine, B vitamins, B complex, and typically you're going to take them once or twice a week. It's an IM injection, and I recommend to people doing it maybe 3 or 4 months, because what we're doing is we're taking all these depleted stores in your body and just basically replenishing them.
Okay.
It's vitamins and aminos that our bodies already produce,
Absolutely.
but they're depleted, with work and stress and all the things. But we're just replenishing those stores.
Okay.
So I just, like I said, try to be transparent with my patients. Some people want to take it, forever,
Yeah.
which is fine because it will help you maintain, but your body is going to plateau at a
100%.
point.
Your body's
Yeah.
adaptive. It's always going to get used to something.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, they ain't doing nothing no more.
So I do them, but I cycle off and
Absolutely,
on,
right.
and I shock the body with different blends depending on what I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
The
'cause-
holidays, I take them.
Hell yeah. Thanksgiving? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Better start that cycle again.
Yeah.
It's just a
Summer's
freaking
coming? Fuck.
8-week stint from Thanksgiving
Yeah.
till a little bit past Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And yeah, people do it. On average, you can see 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week, of course,
Okay.
with diet and exercise.
Right.
So
Right.
It's not a magic shot. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too that a lot of people don't understand is there is no such thing as the magic pill,
No.
the
That's
magic
just
shot.
it, right?
Like you can't just go. And you said it's intramuscular.
Yes.
I was not expecting
you
that.
I
can.
wasn't
I've
either.
seen it subcutaneously as well, but it's not going to be absorbed as good as it would in the muscle.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's just crazy though, because I was expecting, something
Sub-Q.
like
I was too.
yeah,
I was
something
too.
like HGH or something that does have to be.
Some clinics do it sub-Q, but in discussing it with my providers, it's just you're not going to get the best bang for your buck.
Yeah.
It's less painful. That's mostly why other clinics do it sub-Q.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense
No
because
pain, no gain.
Yep.
when I do HGH,
Yeah.
it is way less painful than testosterone.
Oh yeah.
Because it is sub-Q. It is sub-Q compared to the intramuscular and
And
So
water
there's-
soluble as opposed to an oil base.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
people that don't know, what is sub-Q compared to
Subcutaneous it's meant to just be inserted under that first layer of skin.
Okay.
Intramuscular is going to go
Straight to
1
the-
inch to 1.5 inches, depending on how big that person
yeah,
is in
absolutely
the
into the fashion. Okay.
area.
Okay.
Yeah.
straight
So
into the
sub Q,
muscle.
it's an insulin syringe, so 5/16 of an inch,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah, real small.
To half an
little,
inch,
quick
yeah.
little
Needle
pinch
prick,
of the
little-
stomach in,
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
inject, done.
Okay.
Done, and
Where-
it's painless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whereas intermuscular,
Absolutely. You got to actually puncture the fucking patient.
yeah, where it's either going to be your
And you-
glutes, your shoulders, or your quad.
Yeah.
And from what I've been seeing through a lot of different researches too, and I'm sure you can talk a little on this, you actually get more out of IM shot in your shoulders. Is that right?
I mean, it just really depends how much you're injecting because it's a smaller
I was gonna
muscle
say,
in
yeah.
comparison to your quad or your glute.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it just really depends. They don't recommend more than usually 1 ml, 1 milligram in the
Okay.
deltoid.
Okay.
Man, I know some guys that were tossing 3 mLs in that thing.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. On average, it's 1 to 2
Oh, okay.
milligrams.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's been a few times where I don't take that much testosterone, but there's been
Yeah.
a few times where like my cheeks have been a little sore, so it's time to go into the quads, and I noticed that I don't feel or I don't get that much out of it in my quads
Oh,
as
really?
I would as if I went into my glutes. I've never done intermuscular into my shoulder fascia,
neither.
but
I mean, it could be something to do with the route process, like
True.
peptides, they recommend whatever area you're trying to target, you're going to pin in the area
Okay.
that's closest. If you're trying to
Okay.
target abs, obviously in the abs. If you're
Okay.
trying to, you have a shoulder injury, you're going to want to go in the back of the delt. So it could be that, it's got a farther route to travel before
Yeah,
you're
okay.
absorbing it,
yeah, and from some of the studies that I've
But
been,
the other thing could be is you've just maybe got a lot of scar tissue buildup, which it's not, that's a
True.
thing
Yeah.
too.
True.
that could be.
Yeah.
I've noted from the research that I've done, though, it said that there's actually more androgen receptors in your shoulders than there are in your glutes or in your
Ah, that's interesting.
in your quads.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
of course I've
Right,
just
right.
got on a freaking rabbit hole. It was just
Yeah,
like
right.
let's just learn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you always got to
Absolutely.
see what's going to give you the best, results.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah, I was just curious if you had.
I'll have to ask Emma about that.
Yeah, you definitely, and let
Yeah.
me know because
Okay.
if I was getting bad information, don't fucking listen to me. That's just shit that I learned.
Right.
Whether it's true or not.
Is it on the internet? It's true. What are you talking about?
Right.
Oh, that's right. They can't put any false information
Never.
on the internet.
Nope.
Never, dude.
Never.
What are you talking about?
COVID was real. Yeah, back to the back to the tinfoil hat.
Circling back.
Yeah, it's a circle. Oh man.
Yeah.
And then I did see you because you also not only we're thankful for your sponsorship of the podcast, but
Yes.
you also sponsored the latest and greatest Shamrock Showdown.
Yep, absolutely.
Obviously you were doing a few IV bags there.
I saw.
Yeah.
But I noticed one of the ambassadors, Brittany, was doing the B12 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What exactly are B12 shots for people that don't know?
So again, B12 is something, a B vitamin that your body already naturally produces it, and you can intake it through food, but it's going to boost your metabolism. It eventually helps optimize mental clarity, stress, your sleep, your focus, can help with vision, hair, skin, nails. There's a lot of benefits, but not everybody's B12 deficient.
Okay.
I have seen it kind of reverse. My mom was actually one of the people that I gave her a B12 shot. You know, she's like, man, I took a nap. I slept so good. I thought it was going to give me energy. But if you're not deficient, it can have the opposite effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And, you know, with B vitamins, we recommend starting off conservatively. Most people are going to start once a month, but you can eventually increase up to once a week that you're injecting.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw a few people taking those at
I
the.
did too. I saw those.
It'll just boost your energy. Most of the time, you sleep good. There's a lot of good benefit from the B12.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you
it's
don't
kind of
know
like
that.
a natural, Red Bull, I want to say. And you know, some people do definitely feel that burst of energy, but. Others don't. Others, it's like the next day. It just really depends on how your body absorbs it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy because I saw a lot of people doing it. I honestly have never really looked into it.
Yeah, I usually, for the last couple Shamrock Showdowns, it's basically for the athletes, just to kind of help you guys with your recovery, your energy. Hopefully you're going to get some good sleep after killing it out there. So that's typically what I do, is for the athletes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in those normal IV bags are B12. Well, I mean, like the basic cocktail, I guess. that you give them.
So what we did was just basically saline, and most of them did the B12 in it.
Okay.
So you're just replenishing your electrolytes, basically.
Okay.
And that's different from a Myers cocktail, right?
Oh yeah. So Myers cocktail is going to have your zinc, magnesium for the recovery, for the sleep, vitamin C for your immune system, B12, glutathione. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one's going to help if, you know, we can add stuff for hangovers, for headaches. So that's basically the gold standard of IVs. That's going to target hangovers, allergy, cold and flu symptoms. Just kind of being refreshed, so to speak.
All right.
So that's typically the one everybody goes for.
Okay.
But we've got so many different kits. We've got a hair, skin, and nails, recovery and performance for athletes. That's one that I wanted to offer, but it's a little bit more expensive because it's jam-packed with more minerals and vitamins
so many
and
minerals,
stuff.
yeah.
To help with the recovery specifically.
Because when we went to nationals, we got our IVs done, and I remember he was talking about, do you just want the regular saline or do you want the Myers cocktail?
Yeah.
And the Myers cocktail was like an extra $150.
It was way more expensive.
It was like, I don't know if I can justify spending almost $300 on.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I mean, maybe I should have, because I might have competed better.
Yeah, I've got like Porter. We did a IV bag of Myers before he went and competed. Where was he out at? Florida. Or Georgia or somewhere out there.
I think it was Florida, because I think Chris went out to Ragnarok, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which was out in Florida,
I think in
right?
Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I helped him with that, and it made a difference for him. It does. It helps with your sleep, your recovery. Just know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think people don't really realize how much of the minerals you lose just not from eating, and then also stepping into a sauna for 30 minutes at a time.
Those cuts,
it blasts everything out of your system.
Everything.
And you can drink 2 gallons of water, it still isn't going to be
make
enough.
a difference. Yeah, it's kind of like a dead flower. You give it life, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main difference with the Myers. The Myers basically has everything for the recovery, the energy, your immune system, because your immune system gets depleted too. When you're doing the cuts, especially.
I've always noticed after competing, I normally tend to get a lot drunker a lot faster after a cut.
Oh yeah,
that's the wrong minerals I should probably be putting in my body, but I like to party.
Right.
Well,
wrong
cool.
With that?
What's that?
I said there's nothing wrong with that.
No, especially
it's all about
after
balance.
Long cut, long cut, long day of competing.
Yeah.
Even longer time drinking.
You earned it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You earned it.
Well, I think, and of course, you offer all of those IV solutions and everything in-house.
Yep.
And are you guys mobile?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But I do have a good referral source if you guys need mobile. He's a nurse friend of mine that just opened his own business, and he'll come in and do NAD. I don't know if you guys have heard of NAD. NAD plus.
That sounds really familiar, but I don't.
No.
Yeah, that works more on a cellular level. It's, anti-aging. I did an IV right before Christmas. I was starting to come down with bronchitis, and it literally just detoxes everything. And it's a rough ride. You feel like shit when you're going through it, but immediately after, you literally feel like a new person.
Really?
So it's the new craze in the IV world. It's called NAD plus, but it's pretty expensive. It's about 100 milligrams at $100 per milligram.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
shit.
Plus the Myers cocktail. So that would run you, like you said, almost a $300 bag,
Yeah.
which it is expensive. It can be done intramuscularly as well.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that's no joke.
Holy shit.
yeah,
Is that a 10 ml bottle?
probably 5 ml,
Holy shit. Okay.
maybe 10. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. It doesn't say.
But
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But still almost
$500.
$450.
Or
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, bitch, that's
it's expensive, but I'm telling
I
you,
was gonna
you
say,
do.
though.
I do the injections. I
Okay.
had kind of a rough experience with the bag. I just took too much. I think I just did a little bit too much.
Okay.
But
And
the injections work just as good.
And look here, even on this random ass website that I just went on,
Yep.
NAD plus injection home kit with telehealth.
Telehealth
physicians.
physicians.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Weird.
It's everywhere, guys. Get up on that
It's
link.
a thing.
Yeah,
Get
it's real.
get on that link, guys.
So if you guys see that telehealth shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had more and more patients that are, getting their testosterone through these online
Yeah. Yeah.
pharmacies in Florida and Arizona, wherever it might be. It scared them.
I bet.
Now they're trying to I can't be off my treatment.
Yeah.
I've got to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's freaking wild. So, of course,
But yeah, there's lots of different IV bags. I can pretty much make anything up
Anything,
basically.
okay,
So,
okay.
but yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is they've got a badass LED lit up couch for you to just chill on while you get your saline injection. It's
Yeah.
great.
Waterfall in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water feature, you
Yeah.
should say.
Got a whole ass Amazon rainforest behind you.
Fuck yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
Dude,
Kind of like, what was that restaurant?
Oh, Casa Bonita.
No, well, that one, but the Rainforest Cafe. Have you ever been to the Rainforest Cafe?
I have not. Is that here?
It used to be in Denver, but
Okay.
they did away with that franchise here.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Take all the cool stuff.
It's all right. At least Casa Bonita is getting opened back
It's
up.
coming back.
Yeah,
It's coming
that's
back.
dope. I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I'm very glad that they hired a chef.
Yes.
Because those
Oh.
frozen
Dude.
meals were fucking terrible.
Dude, that was like prison food. It was like, I'm not
Prison
even,
food wasn't even that bad.
Not even. Right? Like, shit.
The sopapillas were the only
I was
good
just
thing.
getting ready to say that. That's
only
the
good
only
thing.
fucking thing that was okay.
The nice thing is that if you were hungry though,
You get fucked.
it was
Yeah.
it was
Right.
just a repetitive
Cool.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even care.
Like,
yeah.
do you want another plate? I mean, this is my 7th, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take
Sure.
another.
I'll take another.
Sure, I'll eat that bullshit and watch a 12-year-old jump off the fucking bridge. Cool. All right, let's go.
That was brutal how you said it, but it's so true.
It's so fucking
so
true.
true.
It's the same shit.
That was our entertainment, guys.
I know, and it was funny because my wife being from the East Coast, she had never been.
Oh shoot.
And I had to preface it. I was like, okay, you've got to realize we
Yeah.
are not going for the food.
No,
Absolutely
no.
not.
So-
That's what my husband told me too.
Yeah. Like, we're not going for the food.
Uh-huh.
You're going to drink alcohol and we're going
Yep.
to watch people jump off of cliffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she was like, okay. I was like, and then after we're done with that, we're going to go into a cave.
Yes.
And we're going to go look at really
Fuck
old
yeah.
shit and
Yep.
plastic walls. And she was
Play
like,
some arcade games.
Yeah.
Yep. She was like, why are we going here? I was like, it's a vibe.
It's so
it's a vibe. You just have to
You
do
just
it.
have
Thing.
to.
Yeah,
You have
absolutely.
If you live in Colorado and you're around the Lakewood area,
Yeah.
you have to
go.
stop.
It's a
Have to.
must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
And I think it's just even better now that Trey Stone and Matt
Yep.
Park.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
South
think
Park.
I
The
said
South
that.
Park guys,
Yeah, the
yeah.
South Park
Yeah.
guys.
Oh yeah,
that
it's
they
gonna
bought
be.
it.
That's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God,
sick.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
great.
sick.
I think it is too. I'm excited.
I'm way excited.
Well, I think that's going to bring us to the ending captions.
Okay.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for
No,
having
thank
me
you
on.
for
Of
having
course.
us.
We always like to ask a question.
Yep.
Yes.
If you have listened to a whole episode, you'll notice when we
You
talk
made
to
it all the way to
people-
the end.
You have to get all the way.
Yep. Our question always comes down to: do you rather love to win or hate to lose?
Do I rather love to win or hate to lose?
Yep.
Yes.
And why?
I love to win because if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, fucking. That's it. We're
Goddamn,
done.
the show
Drop your
over.
mic. Fucking, we're done.
Over.
Like Ricky Bobby said.
That's so awesome.
I said that when I was high.
Hey, no comment.
Great, last, there's second, third, hell, Bobby even fourth. That's great.
That was awesome.
For everything else, they'll be able to find it in the bio. But where can people find you and Premiere?
Yeah.
So, website or like location?
Whatever you wanna-
We're
whatever you wanna drop.
located in Thornton, 128th in Colorado, and www.premiertrt.com. There's the link to send questions for pricing, make appointments. We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, so we're pretty easy to access.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
And remember, like we always say, you've got a free consultation.
Yeah, free.
Yes, guys, we do. It used to be half an hour, but half an hour isn't enough time to discuss hormones.
Absolutely.
It's super, super in depth. Not everybody knows everything about it, and we like to do the in-body. So that's just so that you have a baseline of where things are. So we, just take pride in what we do and just want to get all the information out there.
Absolutely.
Well, and
So-
that's the nice thing about what you guys do, because you not only test and go forward with, a procedure of how to go about fixing the body, but you also explain and teach people why you guys are doing the way that you're doing,
Yeah.
instead of just
Right.
like, here's this pill, take this
Absolutely.
once a
Take
week,
this.
and it will
Exactly.
solve your
Yep.
problems.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's in depth. The whole process is that initial consultation is an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to come back, meet with the provider. That's another 30-40 minutes, and then you'll meet with the medical assistants to do the injection teaching, go over the schedule of the medications, what each medication is responsible for.
Okay.
We all get you prepared for the repeat labs. There's specific timing, so it's a pretty lengthy process.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's easy. You know? It's
Yeah.
easy.
Well, and it's in depth, and like they actually give a shit.
well, and
Like,
that's
they
the thing.
miss
You're
it.
not going to a random,
Yep.
you're not going to a random doctor that you're just another number to them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call my assistant, and I'll get you a call back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
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 Or here's
Or
a
never.
prescription
Yeah. Or
pad.
never. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
up in
write
2
you
weeks.
down on a little prescription pad.
Yep.
You go pick
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
take it on
Yeah.
the instructions in the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not like
Yep.
that at all.
Yeah.
It's been great having you on.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
so
guys.
much.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you
Absolutely.
for coming.
Yeah, hopefully everybody will still be able to get our goodies,
Yeah,
guys.
for
So,
real. So-
yeah, like we all said, go leave your comments, guys,
Yeah, for
on
real,
that
guys.
DEA registry.
Yep.
Yep.
Just make sure you jump in on that bio and leave your comments, leave your testimonies, so
Yeah.
we can keep helping the world.
Yeah. But thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You guys are awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank
No,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a sponsor of the
Yeah,
podcast, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We do.
Mike, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Instagram at michael.lee.music.
Dot.
Dot, dot.
Not that last dot, though. That was just me.
Where can I find you? Trotter the Trainer.
Trotter the trainer.
Trotter the trainer.
Yep.
Trotter the Trainer. And yeah, guys. So as always, leave a comment, subscribe, notifications, and the link in the bio. Leave your testimony, server strength, and of course, Melanie at Premier TRT and Med Spa.
Thanks, guys.
Bam. Well, thank you again.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you for showing up on a weekly basis.
Of course.
Kind of likes you, huh?
A little bit. I know somebody's got to like me to come drive out of their way to see me every week.
An hour out of
An
his way.
hour.
So we do it for you.
Right on.
So.
All right, guys.
All right, guys, be strong. Love you.
We'll see you later.